Yeah, I got a GoFundMe going for Super Genie also.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we're gonna put that at the end. We'll drop the link and everything.
Right on.
So, moving on from your time in ECW, personally, I think WWE definitely messed up the invasion angle with WCW and ECW around 2001. But in 2005, when they brought ECW One Night Stand to the table, that was a great event. What do you think?
I agree. That first invasion I had nothing to do with. The one night stand, a couple of them I did have something to do with, and they all turned out pretty good.
What do you remember about that one night stand?
What's that?
Like, what do you think when you think of that one night stand? Like, what's like something that pops out? Obviously, your match. But like, what is there anything else that stands out to you about that one night stand specifically?
No, not really. Other than those, packed house of our fans, not WWE fans. They were all ECW fans, and that was great to see.
Mm-hmm. The crowd was legitimately hostile.
Yeah, it was a fun event.
That was warm. That was warm to work in front of it. It was like a warm feeling.
Do you remember much about your match that night with Rey Mysterio?
Oh yeah, I liked it a lot. He's a hell of a worker. I've never had a bad match or a bad interaction with him. Even in the dressing room, he's as cool as a cucumber.
Yep. We actually watched that match last night in preparation for this interview. Number one, I think it was one of the best matches on the card. Two, I wanted to ask you about the finish. Was that a worked finish, or did something actually happen there with you and Ray when you did the DDT?
No, they wanted a double knockout. I didn't tell them what it was going to be, because if I would have told them it was that, they would have not did it because it looked too dangerous. But yeah, that was supposed to be a double knockout, but they got mad at me because I didn't lay down and get carried out on a stretcher. I laid out enough to lose, to throw the match out. But then when I started kind of walking back, staggering, they were mad. I should have been taken out on my back. But I disagree. A bump like that will slow me down. That won't stop me.
I agree completely. I thought that your cell stumbling on the way out with those guys holding you up was perfect. I think if they would have took you out on a stretcher, it would have been too much.
Well, yeah, and I was trying to make it look like I was resisting, but I wasn't,
Yeah.
I was
definitely did a good job of it. And the DDT was awesome. That was a great DDT to the table. Perfect execution.
Another spot in that match I wanted to ask you about, the first table that you guys set up, you came over the rope and then Ray came off the table and you jumped into the barricade. Was that planned, or was there just a little?
That was the tease it. I wanted to tease it. So when he got off the table, I was gonna jump next to him, and he's supposed to move. I hit the guardrail. That was just to tease it for later on. That way, I had the table set up. My table's already set up, and later on, I'll come back to it.
Yep, perfect, man.
Yeah, I set that up 5 or 10 minutes before the finish.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was a pretty short match, only about 15 minutes in total.
Yeah, that's all they gave us. They were picky with that.
Yeah.
They didn't want to give us that.
And that was think about that. They gave you 15 minutes. It was a World Heavyweight Championship match.
Yeah, it was.
Sabu, I'll tell you this, bro. I would have loved to see you with that Gold Heavyweight Championship around your waist.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but I knew that wasn't going to happen, and I just wanted to have a good match. I didn't have to beat nobody. Just had to do good.
Yeah, understandable. I could see that being in Vince McMahon's company. You don't think he's ever going to put the heavyweight championship on you?
No, no. Although he did say that I was better than he thought, and I was way better than everybody else. He did say that. He said it like to my face. So he liked my work. He just didn't like my business, I guess.
Yeah, that is something I think about you. I think sometimes you get thrown a little bit too much into the extreme barbed wire.